Here's a number, Derek, that's even more impressive. This made me laugh. This is like a beer league softball number. You apparently batted .481 in all-star games. Is that do you...
Look, I need to bring you along anytime I go do an appearance. You can introduce me. I appreciate that.
Go back to your first all-star game. Take me to it. Who pitched? Were you nervous? Where was it?
I can't tell you who pitched. I can tell you where it was. It was in Colorado. And the thing about your first all-star game is you're really overwhelmed. It's an overwhelming experience. You're sharing the clubhouse, even though you play against these guys. For the first time in your life, you're sharing the clubhouse with the best players in all of baseball, the best players in the world. So I was a little quiet. I was in the corner. I was trying to keep to myself. I was trying to soak it all in. But other than that, I know I struck out because I looked it up before I came here today to talk to you. But other than that, I don't remember too much. It's sort of kind of a fog because this is something you dream of as a kid, is playing in an all-star game. And I was pretty young at the time, so I'm sharing the clubhouse and playing against guys that I looked up to.
So, one of the criticisms of the Yankees this year, and I know Aaron Boone and I really like him, is that he's really player-friendly. Well, I think baseball, because it's such a long season, I think you have to be player-friendly. I think you have to trust your veteran players. You can't. It's not the NFL where you only have so many times you have to deal with a coach. Is the criticism though? Is there some fairness that Aaron is a little buddy-buddy with players? Do you buy that, or are there other reasons for the month-and-a-half struggle?
Oh, I wouldn't necessarily buy that. You have to be a player's manager to be successful, especially this day and age. The great thing about Aaron played the game. He understands that you're going to have struggles throughout the course of a 6-month season. You play 162 games and you're going to struggle. And, I think he's done a great job. And ultimately, it falls on the players. Those are the ones that are on the field playing the games, actually. But I would say I haven't paid much attention to the criticism. I think criticism is a part of playing in New York, especially when the expectation level is where it is. But if he is getting heavily criticized, I think it's a bit unfair because ultimately the players are the ones that play.
So the Dodgers injury report is insane. Now, we all know that this sport is really tough on pitchers. And everybody's throwing hard. I swear to God, you go from a starter at 98 to a setup guy at 101 to a closer at 101. But you remained, for all those years, you remained really healthy. And when I do see injuries in baseball, and we always talk about them in football, and I think to myself, these guys, why? Pitchers don't throw as many innings. I sometimes wonder, do you consider your career, was it training? I mean, nutrition's better today. Was it luck? But you mostly stayed healthy. The guys travel better. The training is better. What do you make of injuries, like a Dodger team that is just riddled with injuries?
Well, sometimes it's bad luck. I mean, you can't explain it. We play a long season. You play, 30 games in spring training, 162 during the regular season. Then you have the postseason. I was always conditioned to play every day. I wanted to play every single day. When you talk about pitchers, I think, the starters aren't going as long as they used to back in the day. You don't see too many Nolan Ryans, Roger Clemens that go out and pitch every single day and they throw 150 pitches when they're out there. So I think now players are conditioned to do a little bit less. And you do mention that the travel's better. It seems like it's a lot easier than it was before, but it is a very tough, difficult schedule. And, it takes a toll on your body over time. So, I was fortunate. I played every day. I was fortunate to only have really 2 serious injuries during my career. But I was always conditioned to go out there and play every day.
Are you surprised? You and Eli Manning I've compared to that. You always talked to the press. You were always viewed favorably by the New York press, but you never gave them too much. You always knew when to stop talking, and so you avoided. I mean, you'd have a slump like the regular players, but you stayed out of the nonsense. You lived your life and played. Shohei Ohtani had this major controversy around him, and it does not appear to have affected him, and I'm kind of surprised. Are you surprised?
You had a controversy? What was the controversy? I'll be honest with you. What Ohtani has been able to do on the field, it takes a lot more than just physical capabilities. I mean, mentally, he's probably as tough as anyone to be able to do that, to be able to go out there and pitch at a Cy Young level pace and then go out and win an MVP offensively. So it's not too surprising. I mean, he's been able to limit distractions. You know, when I played, it was simple. I addressed something once and I didn't talk about it again because I didn't want it to be a distraction. And I think that's exactly what he did. He addressed it once and it doesn't linger because he doesn't continue to speak on it. So anything he does doesn't seem like it's a surprise to me at all.
We have 19 players in this All-Star game, Derek, that are under the age of 27. That's insane.
It's great for the sport, Colin. It's absolutely wonderful for the sport to have these young players that hopefully can play for a long, long time. And then you see them in the All-Star game here tomorrow, and hopefully you see some of these same faces 10 years from now.
Do you think it's because the game is more global and we're just the pot's bigger? I mean, what do you make of it?
I think part of it is guys are signing at a young age. They're getting opportunities to play at a young age. I think when you throw analytics into the mix, when they say players are getting old at the age of 30, they're looking for someone younger to come along and fill the position. So I think guys are getting those opportunities early on in their careers that, maybe you didn't get at such an early age, 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah. The Paul Skenes, Pittsburgh Pirates, dominant guy, overpowering. You faced, obviously, you were in the Nolan Ryan era.
No. What?
Not even an inning?
Slow down. Slow down. No, I was way after Nolan.
Okay. Way after Nolan. Okay. I'm trying to think of the hard throw. Randy Johnson, you faced Randy a few times. Okay. Randy.
I did.
Let me think of somebody else. Randy.
Roger Clemens.
Roger threw hard. Okay, no Nolan.
Pedro.
Okay, Pedro threw hard. Was there ever a guy with Skenes? Sometimes it's like guys are behind him. First couple of times you faced maybe a Randy Johnson or a Pedro, did you ever go back to the dugout and just say, fellas, this is different? Because that's what it looks like with this kid.
I tried not to, because you want to instill confidence in your teammates. But, just watching Paul, I haven't seen him in person, but just watching him, most guys have an adjustment period, whether they're coming from high school, college. It takes them a while in the minor leagues. This guy stepped right in, and it's continued what he's doing. It's dominating. He dominated in college. Now he's dominating at the major league level, and that's pretty much unheard of. I think he's the first one to be drafted number one, and then the following year start an all-star game. So it's been fun to watch. Over the course of the second half of the season, the league's going to make an adjustment, and I'm sure he's going to make an adjament to them.
I do apologize. I thought you and Nolan may have overlapped for a
No.
Just one at bat. But for the
there wasn't even one at bat. I didn't face Nolan Ryan.
I know. I thought you may have overlapped. I don't have a
fact check.
Wikipedia in front of me. Let me ask you this: of all the All-Stars you played for or with, and there's a lot of different personalities and a different style. When you were on the dugout steps in the All-Star game, and maybe it was a guy from the National League that you just didn't see a lot of, was there ever a guy that you thought, I'm going to make sure I watch this cat? I've seen him on TV. I've seen him on SportsCenter.
Yeah, there were a few of them, but I think the one that comes to mind is probably Cal Ripken. I mean, he was the first line of defense I had, and I'm sure a lot of taller shortstops had. When people said you're a little bit tall to play the position, we'd say, well, look at Cal Ripken. So obviously I played against him in 96 and 97. My first All-Star game in 98, had a chance to share the clubhouse with him. But I just watched him from afar. He's known for his work ethic. He's known for being the Iron Man and having his streak. And I just wanted to see how he prepared in order to play that many games in a row. So I think Cal's the guy that stands out to me.
Good seeing you. It's the All-Star game. It's tomorrow on Fox. That it starts at 7 Eastern. And you didn't remember your first All-Star at bat? Do you remember let's see. Your final All-Star game in 2014, you had 2 hits. You were the MVP in 2000. You ate at the All-Star games. 481.
I had fun, but I didn't face Nolan Ryan. Just remember that. I never faced Nolan Ryan.
Derek, there's a lot of you guys just played on my television forever. I thought there was just one at bat somewhere in your life. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry about that. By the way, Derek did not face Cy Young either. It should be he did not face him. I'm sorry. Good seeing you, bud.
You too. Talk to you soon.
All right. Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks again for making us part of your day.